Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. Let's talk about Gamut and the sound that you get from this company. Gamut makes quite a bit of different products. I think it's like amplifiers, CDs, two-way, three-way speakers, something like that. And I've heard quite a bit of Gamut products. Not the latest line, but so I feel that I really kind of understand the sound pretty well. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert, but I've heard quite a bit of Gamut. And I would say it's a bit of a confusing brand where some few models they actually sound quite promising, and that they're kind of sitting on a lot of potential. One of my friends has Gamut, and he's been able to get quite a bit of extra good sound out of the speakers by doing some modifications. But I would have to say that, if you were to take a normal mid-range or lower class Gamut product and then just use it as it is, I would say that it just falls very flat on its face, and it's just cold, and it's like very empty, and just like nope, not really feeling it. But then once in a while, they have like a big speaker model, or even a CD player, or a special edition amp, and it's like almost a bit like with Yamaha, totally different type of sound, just a lot better. Still not quite there at the top. But and that's just the thing that kind of frustrates me with Gamut. Like once in a while that they do make a product that's pretty nice, pretty sweet, but I just think that price wise they just don't really nail it. I remember Gamut CD players, they were like, I don't know, $8,000 or so in my country back when I looked at it. I don't know what they're now, but $8,000 for that type of sound. I mean, I could have gotten that for about half that price. So I mean, they have a pretty neat look, interesting look, and if you get one of these special edition amplifiers, suddenly it's like two or three times better. But just the normal Gamut. No, no, I'm not feeling it, not at all. And it's just confusing, analytical, cold, empty. This kind of lack of hope, cynical sort of sound where all the rare stuff that you really want just really isn't there. And I can just mention a long list of names that have some okay products, and once in a while that they do make a really good product, a bit like Gamut. And I think I wouldn't call it a disease, but a lot of companies are really doing this, and I just don't think that Gamut has that consistency to really take off and become one of those really big brands that has a lot of success. I mean, I liked it to start with when I was at the very bottom end, and I had Vincent and Musical Fidelity, Denon, and all that stuff. I mean, then I actually liked Gamut and thought, this could be nice to own. But again, I was also at that time looking up to Lyngdorf and Class A and gear like that. And nowadays I can just hear that it just hasn't got it. It's just it just wants to give you hope and lure you in, but I can just predict that you just can't reach the finish line. You can't really get into that deep, good sound. There are going to be aspects of the sound that are interesting and at times really good. But, you can say that with a lot of other brands. I'm just not quite feeling it. And I feel that it's just the problem that it doesn't feel like they're using good enough components. It feels like they're a bit on the cheap side. And one of my friends actually had a big Gamut speaker, and it had like a crack at the bottom. And it just kind of shows you the quality of it. And I've had several looks at the gear inside and the parts that they use, and it's just a bit on the short side, you know, where you're just thinking like, why is this so expensive? You know, they're parts for $2,000-3,000 in a thing that you pay, I don't know, 15,000-20,000 for, you know. It just doesn't quite make sense. So I think they're a bit behind, but you know, once in a while they do make a good product, so I don't want to be too nasty about it. But I just feel like with brands like Hegel and Nate and Roxanne, and you know, like I wouldn't say the lowest YBA models, but like, you know, going from the lower YBA models to the mid YBA models, it's just a lot more competitive, even though YBA doesn't make any speakers. But also in regards to speakers, you know, monitor audio can almost like kick Gamut's ass by a third of the price. So what's the point? Okay, probably not a third of the price, but around half of the price. So I'm just like what's the point? You know, Audio Solution, I can get a speaker that's almost a third of the price of the biggest Gamut speakers, and it's just a hell of a lot better. Like what again? What's the point? Why? Who are you selling this product to? You know, that's just my opinion. You know, I could be wrong. I haven't heard a hell of a lot of Gamut, and I know that it has potential. It does definitely have some kind of a signature, some class, some potential, but I feel that this is kind of a thing that you're stuck with, that wants to lure you in, saying that, you know, I've got more, come and get it, and you're just like grasping for straws, going on and on and on, trying to squeeze a bit of this and out of that, and put another amp combo on the speaker, and it just like what the hell is this, you know? I also felt like when I heard one of my friends' mid models of Gamut transistor integrated, I think it sounded horrible, absolutely horrible. And just to say this, just no hope, analytical, cold. I think he had it connected to some Martin Logan speakers, and those were pretty old, so it shouldn't have been that harsh a sound. But it was just like one of the worst amplifiers I had ever heard. And I think he paid like $3,000 for that used, you know. I was just like, you know, you got to take this back, you know, this just doesn't sound musical. It doesn't sound right, you know. It's almost like it's ill, and you have to take it back behind the shed and shoot it, you know. It's that bad. I mean, we were entering the bad gear of Vincent and musical fidelity. It was that bad. But oddly enough, you know, I remember some of the other amplifiers from Gamut and some of the CD players that they had. They were actually quite okay. Wouldn't really say that there was anything really bad about them, just that they were a bit boring and grey and cold and so. But they were okay. So I think it's kind of a mix with Gamut, where it's kind of okay, not super duper, and once in a while they really make a horrible product, or two or three or four. But then also, again, once in a while they really make like a really big speaker, or a stand speaker, or a single CD player, or a special edition amplifier that just sounds a lot better than the standard. So I really don't know exactly how to generalize Gamut. It's just it's a lot of different things in different directions. So yeah, I hope that kind of helps you guys. Perhaps you're more confused now, sorry, but yeah, kind of weird. this brand Gamut. I really don't know exactly how to generalize it, other than like a mixed bag of all kinds of different things. So I hope that helped you guys. Have a nice day, and remember to like and subscribe. Bye.